We're in the Ritz-Carlton Amelia Island Ballroom, and here are the star cars of the RM auction from all over the world. A Cord L29 from Auburn, Indiana, a BMW, a Ferrari race car, a Porsche Speedster, a Gullwing Mercedes back there and its 300 SL Roadster counterpart, American Iron back there, a Porsche, an Alfa, and then there's this car, a beautiful supercharged Duesenberg. Look at the detail here. We've got the beautiful hood ornament. We've got the pipes that indicate the supercharger coming out of the 8-cylinder engine. Other details, Duesenberg, etched on the side mirrors that are mounted on the side-mounted spare. The cockpit is for two and only two. Engine turned dashboard, and again, take a look at the stunning lines of this vehicle, all the way back to the beautiful bullet-shaped taillights and the beautiful rear bumper.
It's a 1935 Duesenberg Model SJ convertible coupe. What makes it special is that it has Walker LeGrand coachwork. It's a very flowing, very elegant design. Only 3 cars of this kind were built. This is the only one that is supercharged. So it's that right there brings it down to an enormous amount of rarity. You'll notice the uninterrupted lines from the front to the back, the way it tapers into the tail. The merits for it are really endless. Any Duesenberg is special, any Duesenberg is valuable. An SJ is supercharged. This car was born supercharged the way it is presented today, so that's very special, of course. It's a nut and bolt professional restoration. It comes from a very, very well-known collection, and again, it's rarity. There's only 3 of these cars that were built. This is the only supercharged one of those, and so it's on a very short list of the most desirable Duesenbergs.
Well, you know, people say it's a doozy, and they don't realize that it was talking about cars exactly like this.
Well, it refers to a superlative, certainly, and that was really the case in those days. Duesenberg could be had for about $20,000 give or take, which is an enormous amount of money at the height of the Great Depression, and you could probably have a block of single-family homes instead. So something very special. Most people would actually argue that this car is one of the most attractive iterations of coachwork on the J chassis. And then again with the supercharged motor, 420 cubic inches, 320 horsepower. That's an over 100-mile-an-hour car, which in the Depression, the 1929 and 1935, is an enormous amount of performance.
And again, it's all American.
That's right, all American. I think American great classics like this always do well. What's true of any collector car is that as you start to take up those boxes with rarity, what kind of motor does it have, what kind of coachwork does it have, you very quickly get in a really rarefied atmosphere. And this car's catalog estimate is $3.5 to $5 million, which really reflects that kind of attractiveness.
A movie was made about this car, and a movie maker owned this car. It's called a Tucker. And Alan, what makes this so important in your auction?
Well, it was a very I shouldn't say record-setting, it was a very trend-setting car when it was built, but he was really way ahead of his time. Preston Tucker was a Detroit-based executive who really had a very forward-thinking idea of what a car should be. It should be safe, it should be a lot of fun to drive, spacious, absolutely every superlative you can think of, and this car really embodied it, and that was probably one of the reasons why the Big Three effectively caused its demise, and most people would agree that history's proven them right. Only 51 cars were built before it was all over. It's a rear-engine car, Cyclops headlight, a lot of safety features, first car with a crumple zone. Really pretty tremendous technology for its day. This car was born in these colors, it's been fully restored. It's also special because it runs and drives extremely well, which not all Tuckers can claim to do. And also very interesting, as you say, the producer of the film Tucker, George Lucas, formerly owned this car. So it's a very special car. Its value has really surpassed the $1 million mark very comfortably, partly attributable to its rarity. Only 51 cars were built; they're all accounted for. In later, greater or lesser states of condition. So this is a good color, fully restored, rare, and with that wonderful Tucker story, and that's really what draws its appeal.
The ultimate safety car, the Tucker at the time, only 51 built. The car was known for having a padded dashboard for safety. There was a helicopter engine sitting in the back. Lots of amazing design from a very well-known designer. You can see the vent in back for the helicopter, and you can see the wonderful design lines of this car. For Jacksonville.com, here at the RM auction, I'm Dan Scanlan.